grade class have been working on a reading that they would like to do for you now. They're going to do it Reader's Theater style, and it is entitled Little David.
You've probably heard this story 1,000 times in many ways in different rhymes, but it's got a good moral, and you need to just hear it again. It's about David and Goliath. I'm sure you've heard how a little shepherd boy, no bigger than a bird, had the courage to go up against a man bigger than any 10 men.
This fellow was big, humongous. You might say he was a horse. Well, the Israelites had gathered on one side, and the Philistines on the other side, and right in the middle was a valley that lay low. Old Goliath stepped out and started to shout,
I challenge anyone to a championship bout, and the winner gets to take all, don't you know?
While the Israelites were shaking like a leaf on a tree, King Saul, he was jumping around like a flea, trying to get someone to go out there and fight. David just happened to be in town, heard the commotion that was going around, and went up to King Saul and said,
I'll go.
and King Saul said,
You?
and David said,
That's right.
David, don't you think you bit off more than you can chew? Open your eyes and look. He's 10 times big as you. There's no way you can beat him, Dave. There's nothing you can do.
But with God, I can do anything.
Now you can just imagine the fuss that was made, putting armor on his body and a helmet on his head, getting David ready for a battle that was gonna be rough. When he was all dressed up, he looked like a hawk, but when he took a step, he could barely walk. So he threw it all down and said,
I ain't used to all this stuff.
Now David's older brother, who was tall and stocky, figured old Dave was a little too cocky. So he went up there to tell him a thing or two.
Now, David, you're a lover and you sure can sing. But man, you won't be able to do anything when Goliath knocks your head off. Then what you gonna do? Knocks my head off. Knocks your head plumb off.
I ain't scared.
You ain't scared, but you're sure dumb.
David wasn't scared. He never shook. He just went down to the babbling brook and found 5 smooth stones to take along. And before he left, you know he had to pray.
God, deliver me from this giant today.
And on his way back, he probably sang a song. It probably went like this.
The Lord is my shepherd, I'll walk with him always. I'm gonna beat Goliath, I'm gonna win today. Now, David, you're a handsome boy, but don't you understand? Goliath ain't no puny kid. He's not a little lamb. He's gonna grab you around the neck and crush you with his hands.
But like I said, God can do anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. In this corner, weighing 955 pounds, over 9 foot tall, the biggest, the meanest, the ugliest heavyweight fighter in the whole Philistine army. Here he is, straight from Gath, Goliath! And in this corner, weighing 98 pounds, the prettiest harp player you've ever seen. Here he is, straight from his sheep in Bethlehem, that singer, songwriter, and pretty boy, David!
Now David walked out with his sling in his hand, and Goliath, he couldn't understand why a little boy was coming out to take him on. Goliath got mad.
You little fool! I'm gonna feed your flesh to the little birds.
David got up and bravely said,
Well, come on.
now Goliath's size and strength were frightening, but little David, he was fast as lightning. Put a stone in his sling, started to swing, and let it fly. And that stone caught Goliath in the middle of the head. Knocked him senseless, knocked him dead. And when the Philistines saw that they had lost, they said bye-bye, and then they took off for the hill. And of course the Israelites took off after him. And little David just stood there with a big I told you so grin on his face. And Goliath, well, he kind of lost his head with the whole thing.
David, you're a hero. You stood up for what was right. When all the rest were scaredy cats, you weren't afraid to fight. We never thought a shepherd boy would be a gallant knight.
Once again, God can do anything. Now the moral of the